So I've been asked on numerous occasions to do a review on Cécred, which I actually did a very cute little review yesterday, short review yesterday, just on the products from Cécred that I actually use. So in full disclosure, I was sent a PR box of Cécred products probably almost a month ago. Again, I have other products that I'm actually like working with because I'm seeing how they work, how they behave and things. And so they just fell into my flow that it took about 3-4 weeks before I got to this product. However, I'm glad I got here and I'm happy to share my review on Cécred as a professional stylist. If you're here for the first time, hey y'all, my name is Aisha. I'm a licensed cosmetologist in the state of Illinois. I work exclusively with tight curl naturals, but I know a little bit about what the other girls are doing over there with the blow dry hair. So I'm gonna get right into where I started. So when I washed my hair on yesterday, because I washed my hair yesterday. When I washed my hair yesterday, I hadn't washed my hair in almost 2 weeks. I feel like it was 2 weeks. Sometimes I lose count. I usually do it every 7 to 10 days. Life has been busy. As you know, as a fellow natural, sometimes life gets hella crazy. And so anywho, I had time and I literally only had about 50 minutes to cleanse, condition, and detangle my hair because I had to go and pick my son up from school. So looking at what was offered from the Cécred line, because they sent me everything, I knew that I would only be using the shampoos that were in there and the moisturizing deep conditioner because there is no styler in the line that aligns with me, a girl who wears wash and goes probably 90% of the time, who probably flat irons her hair maybe twice a year, and who wears a twist out rarely. And even if I did wear twist outs, there's really no cream with hold in this line for twist outs, but there's something in here for a twist out and I'll get to that. So let's start with the clarifying shampoo. This is the clarifying shampoo from the Cécred line. It's probably, my lighting is crazy. So anyway, this comes off and there's like a twisty cap on here. So first of all, this shampoo says it's a clarifying shampoo. Now, in the cosmetology world, there is a spectrum of shampoos, and clarifying shampoo happens to be one of the most cleansing, least conditioning shampoos. So the expectation is that it's going to remove all the dirt, the oil, buildup, environmental debris, and whatever excretions, because our skin is our largest organ. Whatever excretory things have come out of our scalp, food, medicine, that excretes from our body, okay? So based on because they also sent, I forgot, it's messy over here. Okay, so they also sent these cards with all the information on each product. And so they said that the benefits is that it exfoliates and removes product buildup. It did not remove product buildup, not the buildup I had, and residue from your scalp and hair, soothes, nurtures, and balances the scalp without overstripping. This is key, okay, y'all. Refreshes and invigorates the hair and scalp, color save. So it's good to know that it's color save. I didn't read this yesterday, but I read it this morning because I'm like, I know how to use products. I don't need to read. I'm gonna make sure I read in the future. Anyway, so it says it removes product buildup, but then it also then turns around and says it's not overstripping. And I know why they did that, because there's a lot of narratives here on YouTube and throughout the social media space where people are like, oh, that shampoo is stripping. So they didn't want y'all to have that stripping experience. Although you do need a shampoo that deep cleans the hair, because not every shampoo, again, is going to get the dirt, the oil, the buildup, the environmental debris, and the debris or excretory things that are coming out through your scalp. And this shampoo was not going to do that for me. Also, I'm very, very dense. And I produce a lot of sebum on my scalp. And so because of that, I noticed after I finish, when I put my hair up like this, there was still like some flakes, like there was some flaking on my scalp. And not like, because I know some people may have like psoriasis or eczema, and I have neither of those things. When I see that, I know that there was more sebum on my scalp that needed to be addressed. Like I needed to get in there, and I did. So I did. But this shampoo wasn't strong enough to handle that. Okay. So I don't really consider this to be a clarifying shampoo. I really think that, because the other thing about this, and I want to point this out too, this shampoo has a very like pearly looking, look to it. Like it's very pearly. Normally shampoos that are pearly like this are moisturizing. My clarifying shampoos are usually translucent. Even if they have like an amber color to them, they're usually see-through. They're sheer. And so this is not sheer at all. Now it does say that it has like these microcrystalline cellulose in there, which I think that might be contributing to the color, but I don't know. And this does require like a lot of water to really get it going. Now I have to say that this line smells beautiful. It's beautiful fragrance. I love the fragrance. I would love if anybody knows what comes in a candle like this, because I want this in a candle like ASAPually. Okay, so that is the clarifying shampoo. My hair did not feel squeaky, but it did not feel clean either, because I did make sure to do like the little test after I shampooed with it. Another thing that I noticed when I was using this shampoo, again, I just had to get some more water, get some more product, and like I said, my hair just did not feel clean when I was using it. Am I saying that this shampoo is awful? I'm not saying it's awful. I'm saying as a shampoo that is labeled as a clarifying shampoo, it did not fulfill its promise. I'm big on fulfilling promises, okay? Because if you tell me you're an accountant, but you're really a teacher and I trust you with my taxes, I'm going to be disappointed because I'm not going to get what I need from you. So I like whatever it is that you do or whatever it is that you can do, I just don't like misrepresentation. That's what I like. I don't like nothing misrepresenting what it is. This is not a clarifying shampoo, okay? Now, next up in the line, I use the Hydrating shampoo, which was my second shampoo, because I only did 2 shampoos. I normally do 2 shampoos, by the way. I use an all-purpose shampoo, and then I use a moisture poo. An all-purpose shampoo falls in the middle of the shampoo spectrum. It's not necessarily really cleansing, and it's not necessarily moisturizing. It's enough to do the job on a weekly basis without over cleansing or over stripping the hair. And if you I don't even know anything about this shampoo spectrum, we actually have a link to our email list that you can sign up for and get a freebie from us that explains the different categories of product that are out there on the market. No specific one, just product categories, because when you start to understand that, you'll start to choose products a lot differently. But let's get into this hydrating shampoo. So the key benefits of this is to gently cleanse with a luxurious lather. High slip formula moisturizes, nourishes, and detangles, and it's also color safe, which again, awesome. I didn't read this yesterday, but it's okay. Okay, it's okay. Also, this smells good. Now, what I did notice is I use quite a bit of this shampoo. I actually had to do like 2 pours of it, and my 2 pours are probably like a $50 size each. Now, again, I said I didn't read the directions. According to the directions, they insist that you apply the hydrating shampoo to your scalp and work it into a rich lather. Now, this is different for me because typically with shampoo, I'm pouring it into my hand, emulsifying it, and then adding it to my hair. Now, I'm, a little skeptical about pouring shampoo onto the scalp, only because that becomes a situation where people overuse the product. And I can foresee at this 8 fluid ounce bottle, my typical shampoos run anywhere from about 10 to 12 ounces, I think. And this is just me trying to remember off the top of my head. My typical shampoo is about that size. Anywho, I can see people blowing through this 8 fluid ounce bottle of shampoo by pouring it onto their scalp. Now, I did have to, like, when I put it in my hair, I had to go back under the water to kind of help to distribute the product more, to create more lather. I did notice that. Like I said, I had to do 2 half-a-dollar size pours. And, you know, it wasn't, I have some shampoos, like my hair didn't feel like any more soft than I normally feel it after I've done a moisturizing shampoo, because moisturizing shampoos are your least cleansing, most conditioning shampoos, meaning they don't have high surfactants, or very strong, I should say, surfactants in them. They're shampoos that you typically can use more than one time in a given week. And they typically also usually have humectants, emollients, and lipids in them, so that gets left behind on the hair prior to you conditioning your hair. My hair, again, just didn't feel any softer than it normally feels when I use it. And somebody asked, because I put a cute review on Instagram, asked if it had anything to do with my color. And no, my color has really no impact on how, because they're color safe. So that the color has no impact on it. So next up in the Cécred line, I use this moisturizing deep conditioner. I decided to use this over the Restructuring. I'm using the cards because I didn't read them yesterday. So I wanted to make sure I hit the key points. And so I use this because the line does not have a rinse out conditioner. So there's rinse out conditioners and there's deep conditioners. I know some of you like to use a rinse out and then use a deep, or use a deep and then use a rinse out. And let me tell y'all can use one or the other, or layer them together. I would recommend putting the deep conditioner on first, because deep conditioners are treatment based. Put your deep conditioner on first, and then put your rinse out conditioner over it, work it through, and detangle your hair. This way you're not trying to figure out, should I get out the shower? Should I not get out the shower? Just the time spent in the shower, if that's where you wash your hair, that steam that is in the shower with you should be enough. And the fact that you are mechanically working with your hair should do the trick as well. Now, let me talk about this moisturizing deep conditioner, by the way. So I use this because there's no rinse out. And rinse outs are what we call your daily conditioners. You use them all the time. They usually get the job done. They're going to leave behind also humectants, emollients, and lipids on the hair in preparation for styling. Okay. So it says the key benefits are ultra rich, buttery, creamy cream formula. It is. Deeply nourishes and delivers intense hydration, revives dehydrated and dull hair, helps define curls, seals the cuticle, and leaves hairs feeling soft, color safe. So again, good to know that the line is color safe. It makes sense because B's natural hair is actually colored. Like, she colors her real hair. And so now I'm going to say that they are correct in pointing out that it is ultra rich butter. It's very, very thick, very thick. So thick, in fact, that it was difficult for me to work through my hair. Like, it made detangling a little more challenging for me. And I'm good at detangling. I can actually detangle all of this hair, y'all. All of this hair. I can detangle my hair in 15 minutes. On a bad day, maybe 20, 25, but 10 to 15 minutes, I can detangle my hair. I know you're probably like, oh my God, I can do that, okay? So it took me a little longer than it should have, even though the whole process of cleansing, conditioning, detangling took me roughly about 35 minutes. Because like I said, I had to go pick my son up from school yesterday. So, I mean, they said that this could be used once a week if you have dry, damage, or fragile hair. Moisture deep conditioners never really hurt anybody, even if you use it on a weekly basis. They said for best results, cover your hair with a plastic cap and add heat with a hooded dryer, steamer, or warm towel. Leave on for no longer than 30 minutes. Because leaving the conditioner on longer does not make it work better. These are the manufacturer's instructions, and I like to follow them because I know sometimes people leave the conditioner on longer because they think it's going to work better. I also know that some of you guys leave it on because at that point you're just tapped out, and I get it. I feel you. I've been natural since 2011. I get it. So, in terms of this, another thing that I observed while I was using this is that even though I kept adding water to it, it did not allow for more slip. So I did not have a lot of slip for me, I don't, and honestly, I don't think for anybody, because I do other people's hair, and this will probably be exhausting to use all the time on clients. So this did not have enough slip for me to be using on myself, or even if I were to say like, oh, let me take it to the salon and use it on my clients, it's just not enough slip. I know some other things that have more slip and marry with water really well. So those were the things that I actually used. Like I said, everything smells. It's beautiful. My bathroom still smells like this. It actually reminds me of a fragrance in a hotel I've stayed in before, and I can't put my finger on it, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was, because I'm sure, you know, Beyonce travels a lot, so that would totally make sense. Okay, so those are the things that I use. And so what do we have left? We have a reconstruction treatment mask. And so the benefits is it replaces depleted proteins and strengthens hair from the inside for instant and future strengthening, makes chemically damaged hair 2 times more resistant to breakage, reverses chemical damage, seals the cuticle, and fills micro cavities. So sometimes on the hair strand, you have these spots where the hair is kind of missing, like the outer layer of the hair, so that it'll help fill in those. This is what also bonding treatments do. Enhances shine and is also color safe. So that's good to know. I didn't use this because I use a hair mask regularly, and I didn't want to try to I'm not playing with my color. I'm just not. So I'll do a lot of things for the curls and the culture in this community, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna. And even still, I would need to try it over a period of time, like a month, to really see like how it performs. So I opted out, and I opted out of using this just from the perspective of I'm already using something and I don't want to interrupt that treatment. Okay. So next up in the line, so after we cleanse, after we condition, we're usually moving it into our styling. Now, well, first, before that, because I forgot, the ritual. So this is the canister that came with my box. And then there's also the silk rinse. Oh, sorry. No, the fermented rice and rose protein powder. And then this silk rinse. So you're supposed to put this powder into this container and mix it with water. And then once you do that, you pour it over the hair, making sure you avoid the eyes. And then you leave it on, let's see how long they say you're supposed to leave it on. You're supposed to leave it on for 5 minutes, then rinse it, and then follow it up with the silk rinse packet, which is this. And the benefits of this is it promotes follicular hair and scalp health, makes 3 times more resistant to breakage, delivers powerful defense against shedding caused by hair breakage, improves length retention by reducing breakage, supports overall hair vitality, and leaves your scalp feeling refreshed, reveals smooth, silky hair that is 2 times shinier and color safe. So I don't care if I use this or not, it's not going to make my hair any more shiny because my hair is just not reflective. And this is where we need to, it would be helpful to understand our hair. Like, if your hair has what's known as, let me reverse. If you know the surface texture of your hair, right? And this might be the first time you're actually hearing something like this. So surface texture is the look and feel of your hair, okay? And so no matter what, okay, the look and feel of your hair is what it is. Now, there are things that kind of can dull the hair, but if you don't have reflective hair, in nature, if you naturally don't have reflective hair, it's not going to be reflective. So if your surface texture is coarse, that's what we call the surface texture that has a lot of layers of cuticle, it's going to be bumpy. And the way to figure that out is to run your fingers down your strand. If you feel like bumps, you have a coarse surface texture. There are people who have surface textures. So I'm going to use fabrics to kind of break down surface texture. You have some people who have hair that resembles a wool coat. Wool coats are not reflective at all. There's some beautiful, nice wool coats, but they are not reflective. Then you have hair that looks like suede. I stole this from from one of my hairstylist friends. Hey, shout out to Stylist by Reese. Use suede as an example to talk about hair that isn't reflective but is smooth, because suede is smooth. It's got a little bit of bumps, but it's smooth for the most part. And so some people have hair like that. And then there are people who have hair like patent leather. Okay, it's reflective. I don't care what you do to it. Patent leather is shiny. Some people have that kind of reflective hair. I sometimes also like to use the example of matte lipstick. That would be coarse surface texture hair. And then you have lip gloss. And lip gloss is shiny. You know, you put stuff over it, it's still gonna be shiny. So what I'm saying is, even if you use this, it's not, if you have a coarse surface texture, this is not gonna make it more shiny. Now, I didn't use this either because I was pressed for time. Also, this wouldn't be, I wouldn't use this because I don't, there's too much, it's too many things for me to do. And some of the benefits, there are other things that you can do to help address that, like breakage, getting regular haircuts, choosing hairstyles that don't cause a lot of mechanical damage, not pulling your hair back too much, pulling it up too much, leaving it in braids for too long, like those, like things we could do, right? There are things we could be active in. But I didn't use the ritual part. It just didn't really work. It didn't work out for time yesterday, but it just don't work out for time, just in general in my life. Next up in the lineup is the Moisture Sealing Lotion. So the benefits, it says seals cuticle, fills in micro cavities, leaves hair smooth and shiny, fights frizz and flyaways, enhances and defines curls, leaves your style touchably soft, moisturized and shiny, provides soft hold. Again, I hear those, I see that, I read it, I hear it. Soft hold, which tells me this is not a twisting cream, okay? It's not gonna hold your twist. You're gonna twist your hair, you're gonna take it down, and about 3 hours later, if not sooner, you will not have any definition. And if you don't care, that's awesome. But for people who care and want the definition, this is not going to give you definition for your twist out. Now, how to use it. It says works well on damp or dry hair. Add sparingly to towel dry hair to seal in the moisture. Add light hold to air dried styles. Can also apply along with heat protectant before heat styling. So you could layer a heat protectant with this cream. And you will probably want to put the heat protectant on first and then put the cream over it. Or you could do it the other. I'm going to get back to y'all on which, because I can't remember. I just did I don't do blowouts often. But you can layer a cream. This could go with it. And so, yeah, I didn't use this because I used a leave-in that I always use just to kind of throw my hair up like this, because I didn't want to leave it with no product on it. So I did use a leave-in, but this I did not try because it said moisture sealing lotion, and then the directions and then the light hold just kind of threw me off of it. But it, you know, there's an oil blending here, another oil, some collagen complex, phytocollagen complex, and I'm not a chemist, y'all. So this is where I, like, in terms of ingredients, I kind of tap out a little bit in the ingredients. Like, I do care like what's in it, but I also am not going to go through the entire list with a fine-tooth comb. And if you guys are interested, I know one chemist, like off the top of my head, but I know there are a number of chemists here on YouTube that you guys could probably tap into more insight on the actual physical part of the ingredients. I just know they're there, and there's a lot of them. And this print made me want to pull up these glasses, like, you know, be like this. Okay. I mean, it's got like what it's supposed to have, like in the beginning of it. There is a lot of oils in here. Lots of oils. Lots of oils. Again, I didn't use it. I stopped my experiment at the cleansing and conditioning for the day since I was pressed for time. And also I didn't know what I was going to do with my hair. Now, the last and final product in the line is the, what is this called? Nourishing hair oil. And I know y'all be like, Black Girl Curls, I know y'all not gonna be about this nourishing hair oil. Well, let's talk about what the key benefits are according to Cécred. It seals in moisture and creates powerful lipid barrier, creates a natural shine, leaves a soft, supple fragrance, leaves hair soft and flexible. So it says apply sparingly after styling from mid shaft to ends. Apply to towel dry hair to add moisture and nourishment. Apply to your scalp or press into locks and braids to add moisture and shine. Mix with your conditioner for added nourishment. Apply oil all over your hair before washing or deep oil treatment. Okay, let me talk about these things just a little bit here. So in terms of mid shaft to ends to add a natural shine, it'll add some sheen, but shine, again, that your surface texture is going to play a huge part in how that plays out. They said add moisture and nourishment. Oils don't actually add moisture to the hair. I know this is going to be hard for some people to sit with, but oils don't actually add moisture. Moisture comes from water, which is a chemical, by the way. I know you're like, I don't use chemicals. You use water, it's chemical. Anywho, so oils don't provide moisture because the moisture comes from water. In order for the hair to acquire moisture, the hair has to be cleansed with shampoo. Shampoo removes dirt, oil, builds up environmental debris that allows the outer layer known as the cuticle to lift. And when the cuticle lifts, water goes in. When that hair is, or once the water goes in, you follow up with a conditioner. You use conditioner second. The conditioner actually helps to molecularly smooth down and seal that cuticle shut, locking the moisture into the hair. And that is how we acquire moisture. Anything we put over the hair is just another layer of product. In this sense, oil will be a lubrication, which is great, especially if you're wearing stretched out styles. You do need some lubricant to help get through that hair. You just don't want to be raking or combing or fiddling in hair and you have no barrier between your fingers or the tool that you're using. And so this will provide that added slip that you need when you're working through hair that is stretched. In terms of it adding moisture, again, it doesn't add moisture. And then it says apply to your scalp or press into locks or braids to add moisture and shine. Again, now I'm not a lock expert. That's out of my realm of expertise, but I know a little bit about locks, and I do know that locks still need to be cleansed on a regular basis. And some of the lock stylists out there are saying that you should shampoo your locks every week to every 2 weeks, from what I understand. Again, I'm not a lock expert. And then when you're wearing braids, we actually recommend those who wear braids to wash the braids once a week. I know this is wild, but we do, because just adding oil on top of the braids and continuously adding oil on your braids, it then turns into a situation where the hair becomes waterproof and also dehydrated because it lacks water. So when you're wearing braids for those 2 months and you don't wash it, your hair is dehydrated. It's really thirsty. Just imagine your hair being like a cactus almost. And cactuses, when you see those thorns on them kind of raised, that's because they're looking for water. And your cuticle, which is the outer layer of your hair, will do the same thing. So this isn't going to add moisture to your braids. Cleansing your braids, conditioning them once a week will add moisture. And then it says mix with your conditioner for added nourishment. I'm not a big fan of adding oil to conditioner. I don't feel like you need it. If your conditioner needs oil, I feel like that's an opportunity to source a new conditioner, because conditioners are usually formulated with oil, which is why we don't need to add added oil to our hair typically for moisture. Okay, and then it says apply all over your hair before washing or deep oil treatment. You could do that. I know a lot of people do these like pre-treatments with oil, but when you do that, that means you need to use a shampoo strong enough to remove the oil. Now, you could just use a conditioner to do a pre-treatment. The pre-treatment usually is pre-detangling. And the reason why people tend to pre-detangle is because they may go beyond 7 days with shampooing, and it helps the hair from locking up and matting when it comes into contact with water. So if you've ever gone more than 7 days without shampooing your hair and you washed it, or you came out of braids and you washed your hair immediately after and it locked and matted up, it is because of how long it's been since it last been in water, it last been detangled. That is the shed hairs actually locking themselves up inside your hair. So to avoid that locking, the matting, the tangling, you pre-detangle with a conditioner, because the conditioner usually is water soluble, will rinse right out, and you don't need a very strong cleanser to remove it. So that is my take on the Cécred line. What I will say, if I were to use this, and I would use this oil, I would use this to lightly put on my hands to maybe scrunch the crunch out of my wash and go. If I, if I'm one of those girls who like, I don't like all that hard, crusty, I want my hair soft. Put a little bit of oil on it, scrunch out the crunch. If I were doing a twist out and I was taking the twist down, I put a little oil, I would use the oil for this. So those would be the reasons. So this oil won't go to waste. I'll actually use it. And I didn't smell this. Let me smell the oil because I didn't smell it. Hopefully, it smells nice, like the lime. It smells nice. So I love the smell of the oil. I would use, that's what I would use it for. And then I didn't smell the ceiling. I'm curious now. What does it smell like? Oh, it smells like everything else. Smells nice. So you guys will smell good. I will say, after picking up my son from school yesterday, after washing my hair, he got in the car and goes, "Mommy, your hair smells nice." So I will say, beautiful, beautiful scent. And if I didn't mention earlier, I actually had to rewash my hair today because my scalp was very itchy, because again, the shampoo was not strong enough to cleanse the buildup that I had on my scalp. So those are my thoughts. Just so you guys know, my thoughts on products are going to stay within the realm of like, what is the product promising to do, and what I know from working behind the chair with multiple heads of hair, not just my own, and how this fits in. So you guys are more than welcome to leave any questions you may have below this video. So more product reviews coming up. Those of you who are probably wondering, like, if this is not a product that you are outright recommending, do you have products that you recommend? And actually, Black Girl Curls has had and kept a curated list of products since 2016. And there are 3 ways that you can get access to products we recommend. So the first one is the free one. You guys can go over, and I'm gonna drop the link below. You can go over to our Amazon storefront and check out the products that are available on Amazon that we recommend. The second option is subscribing to the Black Girl Curls Digest, where every single subscriber to the Digest gets what we call the list. And on the list is the products that we recommend, along with how to use them, when to use them, and who they're for. And each product has links for where to purchase those products. The third and final way that you guys can get access to our curated list of products is through our SeeSomeCurls private course community. Inside there is our curated list. It's the same list that our Black Girl Curls Digest subscribers have access to. It's just inside of the private community, but in there you're able to ask questions, upload photos, get guidance, some support through your journey. I'm going to leave the links to all 3 of those below this video. I will see you guys around. All right.